9:30, I'll call the meeting of September 9th, 2024 to order. Roll call. Garla.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Beauregard.
Here.
Kramer. Here. Grams. Here. Please stand for the flag.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first order of business is the consent agenda. Is there any discussion or a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Regarding the meeting from August 12th. It looks like some notes aren't written in full. In here explains that it was discussed that I supervised EMS Director Olmsted, Council Board had expressed concerns about Becky supervising Jordan if you were. And then Jordan supervising her directly. So in regards to what Council Board had said, as he pointed out, I don't directly supervise Director Olmsted, Becky does. Becky acts as a sort of buffer for us, which Stu pointed out. Becky currently supervises Jordan. If you were chosen to be on the council to directly supervise Becky, there won't be any sort of buffer. And that was what kind of Councilor Beauregard was expressing issue with, is that there won't be any sort of buffer there.
So after Councilor Beauregard's paragraph, that's what you're saying,
Yeah, it says that we discussed that I supervise my mother, EMS Director Homestead. I don't directly supervise my mother, Becky does. Councilor Beauregard had explained that I don't, and that Becky acts as sort of buffer. And then his issue was that Becky would be supervising Jordan will be supervising her. There won't be any sort of buffer. And then there, I just noted that there wasn't anything written down about what legal counsel has shared about the issue. Just kind of an incompatibility of opposite piece of things. I think that's important to know too.
And maybe I have this wrong, but that we don't supervise the council.
that would be correct. And additionally, the council has sole higher fire authority over employees. I do not have any higher fire authority. So this board does supervise all of its employees. So if we're asking to amend part of that paragraph, and then add the attorney's office.
Yeah, just that kind of helps the board to express that there is a buffer. Yeah, if you put in the legal counsel, sure.
Add those. So you'd like to approve it in this consent agenda without those minutes in them? Maybe we like that. Yeah, we can leave those minutes off. They'll be brought to the next meeting. Should be approved. Okay, and technically I need a motion to pull those minutes off the consent agenda and a direction to change those minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second for that motion?
So.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Will be brought up at the next meeting to be approved. 23rd meeting.
Can facilitate the motion to pass the other, no?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll all be for the regular.
I'll make the motion to pass the other items. Consent agenda.
I'll support. There's been a motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next up is the guest and citizens forum. Is there anyone who would like to get up and speak right now?
Mitzi Mo, 321 Fairfax White Lakes. I would like to be told why I have to announce my address on the internet. Because I checked with other cities and it's usually only cities that are divided into districts.
I would have to look into that, that's, yeah, as far as I know, that was just the protocol we used, but we can look in to see if there's any legality or not, but you have to. I don't say
Well,
that.
I'd rather have an announce an address over the internet.
Some of it is just to verify that you are a friendly citizen and that you're addressing the council of the town that you live in, but Mitch has any.
You mean when you get up and speak at the podium?
Yeah.
There's no legal requirement that you have to state your address. I think it's just the way it's always been done here. People get up and speak and give their address. A lot of times, if you're talking, well, I think where it probably stems from is when they do assessment hearings and you need to know the specific location of the citizen's property, then you have to state it. But for just general public comments, you can just identify that you're a resident of the city, but you wouldn't have to give your specific address. Again, it's just the way it's been done. It doesn't mean it's a legal requirement.
Right, it doesn't mean we have to keep it that way either, we can, yeah.
You can change it, keep it the same way.
Talk about that, yeah.
You're not even under legal obligation to do, not a legal obligation to change it, if that's been the standard protocol. But you're also not under a legal obligation to follow it either. It's really council discretion on whether they're.
And we can't discuss that at this meeting, but I'd be interested in bringing that up at the next month's meeting to possibly have that changed to where you just say your resident city and not give the address. We can discuss that at a later meeting. It's not a legal requirement.
Put that on the next agenda. Anyone else? No, then we'll move on to, oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm Tom Erickson, 313 Andover Road, and I've lived in this community since the 60s. I've known a lot of you people, and I'm here for one thing. I would like to ask a question of the council, and I'd like to see a raising of hands. And my question is, do you want and support Mother's Market?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad to see that. At this point, Mother's Market has been supported only by 1/10 of this community. That is very low. Projection was 40%, and that's reasonable. And that's 40% despite the dollar store. We can coexist with the dollar store if this community would support our business. And the reason why I say ours, it's not really mine, but it is my grandson and son's business. And they came to me the other day, that's why I'm here today, and said that they are struggling, they're having a hard time. And reasonably so, at 1/10 of the percent of the public. And I really can't answer why we're not being supported by this community. Number one, there's a young man over there that's managing and running the store. And his name is Austin. If you've been in the store, you can see his smiley face. He will greet you, he will answer your questions, and he will help you in any way. That organization has helped all your other organizations by giving products at cost and below cost at their loss to support the community. They have done numerous things. They brought in very good meat cutter and brought in quality products. That meat is second to none. And you may not agree with that, I don't know, but I'm telling you, I haven't had a bad cut of meat out of there in a long time. So they cleaned up the store, people said, we don't want to come in because it stinks. And it did. When we took it over, it smelled. And we went through and we cleaned out a lot of that stuff. And got it to a point that it's acceptable. Have we got a long ways to go? Yes, we do. the floor doesn't look good. We intend on I shouldn't say we, but they intend to replace that and make this better. The whole shopping center on that end, all the way down, they've been working very hard to be able to get that cleaned out, get it stripped, and have it assessed whether it's a viable building for other businesses to come in. And they have worked endlessly and made many phone calls to make that happen. They have tried to do a lot of things, but without the support of the community and you people and the rest of us to support them. And if you do that, you're gonna be surprised what they can do. They have a lot of good ideas. They want to bring in a deli. They want to have a meat cutter that can make sausages, that can give you a product that you're gonna be happy to come in and buy. And I know you're gonna cut me off pretty quick, but I just wanna say, I'm here to ask you to support and as a council, talk to our people down there, get together with them, reach out. That's what you people are supposed to do, is support local business. And up until this year, you haven't even welcomed us as business people. You haven't said to the public, welcome Erickson's, glad to have you. Let's work together. And I'm telling you, this community, I've known it for many, many years. And I will tell you, they're hardworking people, they're honest people, they're good people. And if all of you can come together, we can make that business work and we can make it a success. But I'll tell you what the bottom line is. You have to make that decision. That's your store. That's not the Erickson store. That's your store.
Hopefully your plea was heard by those watching and.
So please reach out, help out, do what you can. One last thing, I want to thank the board and the city for getting that basketball court over there. It's been used since you guys got it done.
Been busy.
And they've been there, and I thank you, and I know a lot of kids that have been already down there using that, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
And I would just like to. 4 or 5 times a week, I think it looks great in there. They've brought in like things that have never been there, like
Yes.
cactus leaves and, like for cooking and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, I've never been disappointed. So, yeah, I really hope it succeeds because I think it's a wonderful asset for.
And please, if some of you haven't been in there, come in there and look it over. If it's not what you like, that's fine. We don't expect 60% of the community's supports. If we can get the 40%, we're gonna be successful. So please do that. And the other thing is when we came into business, we were able to get a different supplier and drop our prices by 20%. That's a 20% savings to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to speak before we move on? If not, we'll go to reports from staff. City Administrator Lennon.
Just a reminder to the city council, they should submit their questions to me for the Eastern Water Board by Thursday. And Fisherman's Point seasonal applications are due next Friday. If you've applied online, we need to receive both your payment and your application by the deadline, otherwise it will not be considered. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Public Utilities Director Barron.
All right, well, it's that time of year, we're starting to move sludge, so you see our truck driving back and forth across town. Goal is to try and get all of our fall sludge hauling done by the end of October. Get it before the snow flies, because then we gotta sit all winter. Other thing we got going on is you guys should be seeing a dramatic improvement in your water. We made some changes at the water plant. I haven't heard a whole lot, so I'm assuming that is the case. If it is not, let us know. But as far as I've seen at my house and throughout town, it's been improving, so.
Jane, where does the sludge go? I don't know much about them.
So with the biosolids, that's all the organics that
Yeah.
get cut out.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. So anyways, we store it in the tank, we heat it up, we let the bacteria get at it, break it down even further. And then we put it into a secondary tank for holding. From there, we haul it up or move it into our sludge truck. And haul it out to the mine sites. What they have there is old waste fields, just waste rock that we threw, initially when they started it, they threw grass seed in with the sludge. And just spread it across the field. So what went into barren rock with like the surface of some distant planet turned into a grassy field with trees and everything. So I should bring you guys pictures sometimes.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yep,
All right, thank you. City attorney's on top.
no report there.
Reports from elected officials, Counselor Kramer,
Nothing tonight here.
Counselor Borger.
Person that's nothing tonight.
All right, Counselor Scott.
We have our last garden club meeting tomorrow night. So that'll be happening. So last one of the year, we've done a lot of hard work. That's about it.
All right, thank you. Counselor Darvilla.
No.
All right. I have no business to discuss, just happy birthday to my mom tonight. All right, on to 10, old business. 10.1 is a proclamation regarding the settlement of White Lakes. This was brought to us by Jim McGully a meeting or two ago, and so we did, between his notes and Becky's information, we made a proclamation to be signed. So are there any questions on that? If not, I'll need a motion to make the proclamation of the first families moving into White Lakes in September of 1954.
So move.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll support.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We'll get that signed. All right, 11.1, Saga East Hockey concession stand agreement. Looks like there's only a couple changes.
Yep, they requested the same terms. There is no early ice this year, so that part of it has been changed. And there was also a section about the city maintaining licenses, and we do not maintain those licenses.
They provide their own Department of Health place, yes, right? No technical changes to that contract. Is there a motion to sign that agreement with them so they can start their season?
Only that motion.
Is there support? Kramer? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 11.2, request to write off utility bill for account 10113201-00.
This customer moved out of town and we were unable to track them down and pay their bill, so we write it off.
Question,
Yes,
does that normally turn to collections before we write them off, or is it just not worth tracking?
we do not turn utility bills into collections, we turn accounts receivable and ambulance bills into collections. Utility bills, the collection method for that is to assess it to the property taxes, but we can't assess all bills from former owners to the new owner's property taxes. So that's why we write them off. It's usually less than $1,000 a year, if even close to that.
Often is it that?
Once a year, twice a year.
It's just the people that sell their houses before we assess the taxes,
Correct.
so it has to be specifically.
Yeah.
Being that we can't track this individual down or can't assess it because he doesn't own the property anymore, is there a motion to write off that amount?
I'll make that motion.
On the motion, is there support?
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, clean that off the books. 11.3, J-Way LLC doing business with the Havens transfer liquor license to the arena on September 28th for a wedding.
And this is a standard practice, they regularly transfer liquor licenses to offset admissions.
And they pay a fee?
Yeah, $100.
I make,
That be paid to the city?
Yes.
make a motion. for them.
All right, there's been a motion, is there a second?
That's support.
Motion and support, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Seeing that that is,
I did remember my thing, I just wanted to thank Jake and his crew there, they spent a lot of time with the chemists and trying to figure out what's going on with the water, so. Thank you guys for all your work and getting off to everyone.
Appreciate it, thank you. Pass it on to the guys.
being that there's no other business on the agenda, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, we will. Move on to